I was not learning something new, and I felt I was wasting my time to keep doing what I've been doing. And then I was looking for other jobs, and then I realized actually it is really hard to find a job to use our Chinese knowledge and expertise to help clients. How to find the clients? By starting with your existing network.
Welcome Jojo's Cross Border. Today we interview Sally Yip, the founder of the 11K consulting company in the UK. Let's explore her story, how she quit her corporate PR job into start her own business. Hi Sally, thank you for with us today. Before we start, can we just have a quick intro about yourself, tell our audience who you are?
Thank you. Yeah, thanks Jojo for giving me this opportunity to share my story with your audience. So my name is Sally Yip. I'm originally from Hong Kong. So I grown up in Hong Kong in my first 22 years of my life, studied, educated in Hong Kong, and then I moved to Singapore and worked there for 5 years. And then I moved from Singapore to London 15 years ago now. So I have 2 boys, so London is very much my home, while my family is still in Hong Kong. Professionally, I do PR, so I've been doing PR all my life in Hong Kong, Singapore, and London, working in different PR agencies. And then 10 years ago, I be an early midlife crisis that I thought, I want to have new challenge, and that's how I kind of found the opportunity to set up my own business. So now I've been running my own business called 11K for 10 years now.
So you grew up in Hong Kong, educated in Hong Kong, and worked for Singapore for 5 years before you moved to UK. So you work for PR agency. So then what make you think about this, quit your corporate life and start to think about being an entrepreneur, set up your company?
Yes. So I have been working in different PR agency for around 10 years. I started with Weber Shandwick in Hong Kong, so doing healthcare PR, and then I moved to the Hong Kong Education Manpower Bureau, which is a government bureau in the news team, so it's about PR communications. And then I moved to Singapore, working for a New Zealand-based PR agency, working a lot of like airline, consumer, hotel brands, about this kind of Asia Pac communications. And then moved to London. I worked for 3 different UK PR agencies in London, so looking after more global communications for consumer brands. And then I realized actually, after having worked in Hong Kong, Singapore, London for 10 years, I felt a bit stuck. Like, okay, now I can't work in 3 different countries and doing the same profession for 10 years. And at that time, I realized I was not really using my Asia Chinese skill, that the UK PR agency did not really see they can't understand Asia or China, but do not really get it. So basically, I feel like I was not using my skills in the UK PR agency job, and I was trying to look for other jobs that could use my knowledge back in Asia, China. And then I realized global PR agency do not really need my skills because they have local offices back in China, Singapore, Hong Kong. And then for more UK local PR agency, they do not really understand China. That's how I found, there's a gap in the market. Like being a Chinese person based here in UK, understanding the UK market, understand the China market, Asian market. And so I said, maybe there's a gap here. And then I kind of felt stuck, like, okay, but what could I do? Because in my family, no one was an entrepreneur. So I never thought about like running my own business. Like never came into my mind. And then I was just having a coffee with my unofficial mentor, Andy, say, why don't you go out and find your own clients? I said, I never done BD. Like how did I find my clients? And then he kind of told me like, have like 5 coffee a week, just tell your immediate network that you're going to do this, and by the end of the month you will have 20 coffee. So you should have 1 lead out of 20 coffee. That's how he kind of, okay, I'm going to do this now. Like let's have a go and see if it works.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not my I have this like, sorry, I don't have like the big vision, like, oh, I have to build this business. It just, I think it's like to the point I feel like I was stuck and I wanted to change, and somehow someone come and gave me the idea, and then, okay, let's do it. Let's try. The worst case, I can go back and find a job. So that's how I started my journey 10 years ago. I think I'm always quite a motivated person. Like, I want to work hard, and I love my job. And to the point, at that point of time, I felt like, oh, I don't want to go to office. I feel like I'm just wasting my time to keep doing what I have been doing over the past 10 years. And I felt I have kind of stopped growing. I think when I say I felt I got stuck, when I felt I was not learning something new, and I felt I was wasting my time to keep doing what I've been doing. And that's the point I felt I need to make some changes. And I don't know what is the change. What are the changes? And then by talking to different people I trusted, then that's how the idea of, okay,
you doing something
like running a business. So that's how I started my journey.
So Sally, I'm so sorry to hear that you say you feel like you're stalked. That's a horrible sensation. That's your voice. You feel like your voice can't be heard. Can you share what happens? What makes you feel like you're stalked, like you can't utilize your skill, and then every day you're doing repetitive work in the UK? What happens? Can you tell us more, please?
I think it was the point that I was walking to the office. I remember I was actually crying to the office because I felt not so wanting to go to office. I was planning to have a baby at the time as well. So in the sense that, oh, I should just keep the job, because I was planning to have a baby, like maternity leave, so on. To the point I say, okay, I'm going to quit my job now. And I don't really think about the maternity leave, like, just because I was not really happy. It's also to the point that I was working on the same clients for 3 years. And because of the nature of the company, I'm not kind of blaming the company at all. Yeah. It just to the nature of the business is more financial services, while my skill set are not really financial services. So I was serving other type of clients, which are more education, agribusiness. But I was like kind of doing this for 3 years, and there were not new clients that I could work on. So I felt like, and then it kind of stay, and so I don't see
a glass ceiling.
Yes, in that job. And then I was looking for other jobs, and then I realized actually it is really hard to find a job that is doing what I'm doing now for my business, which is to use our Chinese knowledge and expertise to help clients to enter the Chinese market.
So again, it's your voice can't be heard, your skill can't be utilized. So you hit the glass ceiling, you can't go any further. Is that right?
I think it's that that because I was working in Hong Kong, Singapore for like 5 years before I moved to London. And it seems that because the work itself is not exactly about Asia, China, it's just UK, or it's not really related to where I come from. So I feel like there's a disconnect between me and the job. So I wasn't so I felt that, I wasn't using my skill as much, and it's not really who I am. Like I want a job that actually can play to my strength. That is, that I'm a Chinese and I live here, rather than me just competing with another British person who live here and work for the UK environment. So I guess that was my frustration back then.
So as a minority ethnic group, did you feel any discrimination in the PR agency because they're dealing with the business in the UK only?
I think to be fair, I wouldn't say discrimination. It just I don't feel being discriminated. Because I think it's still quite a fair environment. It's based on your skill set, based on what you can bring to the clients or to the company. It just, I think the nature of the business doesn't need people who speak Chinese, doesn't need people who understand the Chinese market. And then I realized actually there are they're like almost like people do not need to hire someone like me at the time, like 10 years ago. Now it's very different, like the market. But back then, 10 years ago, I realized I couldn't find a job that could play to my strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I felt like I was stuck.
I heard a key things here. So there's a mentor called Andy in your career life, right?
Just like I knew him for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, through my previous company, he worked in Asia before. He understand my world. He understand Asia. So he said, "Why don't you find your own business?" Yeah. I said, "Wow, I never thought about that." I said, "How?" So I have the idea of doing like China PR and comms. So I know what to do, but then how to find clients. And then he basically taught me how to find the clients by starting with your existing network. Tell them what you want to do because they already trust you. So it's much easier to either they become your client or they refer clients to you. And that's how I found my first client, Burlington Arcade at the time, who was an old client in my old company. I did not even told this client that I was doing this, but someone who I trusted told them, "Oh, Sally is going to do this." And then they contact me and say, "Oh, can you send me a proposal?" And then I told my ex-boss that, "Oh, this client contacted me for a proposal. Is it okay?" I said, "Yes, totally fine. We don't do China PR and com." So that's how I got my first client.
So Andy explored the way that's to be an entrepreneur together with you, right? Okay, so what's the second steps that's like your workouts you should do together?
So things did not go well as expected, of course. So I did run my first business with a business partner. After what Andy told me, I actually found a business partner to do it together. But after 6 months, we split up. So it was a lesson learned, like because we were both in our early 30, we don't know how to run a business. And I think there were a lot of disalignment to the point that we agreed to split up. And then that's how I set up my second business called 11K on my own. So I think for me, it's funny how things turn out, that you have to go through some challenges.
Yeah.
Take the lessons.
Yes.
And then you will do it better.
Of course.
So yeah.
So in your career, you're saying that's not the career. When you set up a business, and so you start with finding a partner, building the business together, and then you become a part after 6 months.
Yeah.
And then you lesson learns like, okay, I'd rather do this 100% on my own.
Yes.
Yeah. So finding a right partner is not easy. It's like a husband and wife.
Exactly. So I admire people who make it work and make it so successfully.
Yeah. But there's a good advantage part. It's like when you are so confused how to step up, like how to build up your business in the UK, you do feel like having a collaboration might help you to set up your business, right?
I do value that. So having said that, so after I split up, I set up my own company, 11K. I was technically on my own as a sole founder, but I think that's so important, having your support group, like people who are also entrepreneurs who also want their own business. So because you can share similar problems and challenges, whether it's client, payment, staff, like I think it's not like you are alone. That as long as you have that support group, that you know, oh, I can call someone for this problem. I can call someone for this. So
then this group, what's the difference between, like you talk about, you have a support group in 11K now. What's this different support than with your first business partner as a supporter?
It's very different then. So the first business, then we were both 50% shareholders. So then we are co-founders. While now I've been running 11K for 10 years. So it's still very much me making the decision, but sometimes I also definitely need guidance and do not have all the answers. So I think it's important then I build up to have people who I can look up to have people who can help me. So now I do have a business coach to coach me and my deputy MD, and I also have my official mentor kit. So I had different type of support or mentor or coach or friends who can kind of help me out when I don't know the answers, or I'm stuck, or I'm demotivated, or whatever. So those are just kind of a network of support. While for the first pieces is both of us running the business together.
Okay. No, I understand. So the failure partnership is like you step off your comfort zone.
Yes.
You
massively.
Mentally need somebody help you as well. Then finding the wrong partner, not wrong partner, but the partner that you couldn't move for another 10 years together. And then you decided to set up everything on your own. And now for the emotion, if you need the support, you also have a professional group that supports you, right? Yes. Acting like a superior business partner, right? Okay, that's good. How are you juggling about being a so successful businesswoman now with your family life? I know you're a mother of 2 kids, and they're lovely.
I wouldn't call myself successful yet. I think it's definitely a journey. I still have lots of challenges every day. There's still so much to learn every day. I think I am very happy I have my 2 boys as well. And I think being a mother and being an entrepreneur empower each other. I think it's great that I have 2 boys, otherwise I will be too alcoholic on my business. And it's great I have my business because then it gives me flexibility to pick up my boys at 5 p.m. From school, or I need to see their school performance at 10 a.m. Like it does kind of empower each other. And I think that helped me to create the life I really want, that I love being a mother, I love running my own business. So I see myself very fortunate to be able to do both at the same time. It is challenging. It sounds easy. It is also challenging because it means that I do work quite hard, because I need to make up the time. I just spend an hour to pick up my kid from the school and need to be flexible around and be disciplined as well. Try not to work too hard during weekend. Well, I don't really work hard during weekend, but I think I just see them as kind of it's still me.
Part of you.
Yeah, still both roles help me to become better at different things, and it also remind me about what is really important. So I think having a great husband is very important. So me and my husband do the same work. We are equal in the sense that we share all the
responsibility,
school runs, family matters. He's super supportive, so I'm very grateful. My husband is very patient and help me. I think it's kind of team effort. Running a family and running a business is team effort. You need everyone to contribute, otherwise you will get burned out.
Yeah, of course. Does your husband is also running his own business, or he has a job?
He's in a company.
Okay,
so he's also quite family friendly.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a nicer structure, you
so
working for corporate life.
Make it work. Try to make it work. How to get people to do their things.
So did you say there's be an entrepreneur, a juggling about your family? Actually, you quite like the idea that you can pick up your kids at a certain time and then attending their performance, and being an entrepreneur, running your own business, you have a more flexibility, allow you to do that compared to corporate career.
Yes, I think this is definitely one of the reasons why I set up my company 10 years ago with the intention to have babies. So I realized that in UK, because we don't have our parents around us, it's so difficult. And we don't have
even
helpers.
Nannies.
No nanny, no helpers. It's just me and my husband. It's actually really challenging for a working mom here. The school finish at 3:30, and then even if you put them to after school club, it's 5. I mean, it's still difficult, right? So I think that's one reason, because I want to have the life I want, actually, and I was frustrated at work. So actually, this is a good solution at the time. And the worst case was that I found another job. So
That's a good decision.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So practically speaking, like let's talk about our audience think about like they want to set up their business and in the UK. So how long did it take you to kick it off, like running a business as a break even? How long does it take you? Is that easy as in Hong Kong, or it's difficult?
I think UK is still great. I was always thinking I wouldn't sell my own business in Asia, because I felt UK is so liberal in a sense. People do not judge you if you fail your business. Oh, it's fine. Like, but I think people will judge you if you fail in Asia. So I feel like actually UK is still very business friendly. It's so easy to set up your own business. So and I think each person case is different in the sense there are a few questions you need to ask yourself in order to run a business. Like financially, how long can you sustain without an income? How long you give yourself to do this? Give yourself a goal, give yourself a timeline. So for me at the time, I give myself 6 months. Like I said, if I did not find any client within 6 months, it's not going to work. So luckily we did find a client in 2 months. But I think the key is that you need to figure out, can I afford not to have income for the next 6 months? Can I afford or next 12 months? So I think the time frame is quite different case by case. At the time for me, because I have my husband who still have income, so I can afford not to work for 6 months. That's the time frame I gave myself, and then luckily it did work. We did have income quite quickly. At the time I was not employing anyone, it's just my time. So it was okay. So for me as a service industry, because there was not an investment upfront, so it was easier to kind of manage your cost, manage your income.
And then yourself will grow, make it bigger and bigger, more clients, and then
and start to hiring part-time people.
How long does it take you to start to hiring?
So I realized I couldn't do all the work, so I hire someone just like as a freelancer to do digital marketing at the time. So I think in year 1 I already hire contractor, just freelancer. It's very easy. Like, this is the project, this is the fee, can you do it? So it's kind of like people know that I'm just me at the time. So that's okay. So the key is to prove yourself, have some really strong case study. That's how, especially for us for services, people are buying into our expertise rather than a product. So it's all about what you can deliver. And if you can prove yourself, and then it's all kind of recommendation, then client come to you and it's just you prove that you can do this, then it's just kind of,
if they keep coming back to you, and then you okay, there's a stage that's okay, I need to expanding my team now, right? Rather than a contractor, you start to hiring full-time jobs, full-time staff.
So I think I start to hiring more like so I start with contractor, totally not on payroll, and I had my first payroll, like on payroll, like 11K employee, but working 3 days a week to start with. So that's kind of like,
how long does that take you?
I think because in between I have 2 boys and maternity leave. So
that's a long time.
So I think to be honest, my first 5 years of business, it was a bit disruptive because I was pregnant and then maternity leave and then pregnant and maternity leave. So the first 5 years, it was like more. I was more part-time moms. So still on 11K payroll, it works for them, but for me, it doesn't like cost me like a full-time staff, but there's still 11K employee under payroll. So I have this kind of arrangement with around 3 part-time 11K employees for the first 5 years. And I hire my first full-time employee after my second baby. So it was like 5 or 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago. So it was scary to hire a full-time staff because, okay, I need to make sure I have money in every month to pay staff salary. And after you kind of hire the first one, it does get easier. The second one and third one, and then
And
another
expanding
one.
your team now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of organically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's you start with a small, like a step-by-step project base, and then 3 days a week, and then full time, and then expanding the team. That's the way, like you are. That's a good way. So, what is your suggestions, like for our audience who is thinking about leaving the corporate life and then start with their business? What is your advice for them?
Yeah, I think advice is if it is something that if you think you will regret not doing this in 10 years, 20 years, then just do it. That's how I see it. Like if you think, because a lot of people regret of not doing things when they were younger, so there is always no right time. But if you think you are going to regret not doing it in 10 years time, then probably you do it now. But if you think, oh, that's okay, I wouldn't regret, then actually you're not that passionate about it. So I think there's first kind of a passion, a drive to do it. Otherwise, if you just look for money, then just find a job that can pay you lots of money. Because
entrepreneur is not
because
easy.
your business is so tough. Like if it's just for money, then probably you don't do entrepreneurship, because it kind of like it's like your another baby that you think about it all the time. It's hard to switch off because it's your baby. So and just financially, how like the practical questions, like how much risk can you take? There's a risk, but how far you can do it. Like I think that's very important. And everyone is different. Like it's really up to what I guess is those alignment as well, like financially, your purpose, does it align with what you want to do? Does it give you more freedom? Like, what are you looking for? Can this business help you to achieve your goal, whether it's professional goal or personal goal or both together?
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
And also another important thing is that you need to find a really good mentor, which is like supporting you mentally, and then not just mentally, also will having a conversation guide you to how to step out for the comfort zone.
I think they are great because they have
like
the
an
knowledge
in your life
and wisdom. They just help you to go faster. And that you don't feel you are alone. I think this is also important, because sometimes you feel that, oh, I'm the one who is having all the responsibility, making all the decisions. Actually, yes and no. Yes, well, you are the founder of the business, but actually there are so many people who have done that so well and so brilliantly. Like you have all the help. There's always an answer to our problem. That's how I see. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And they are such a great, insightful advice for people who think about start their business in the UK. Thank you so much having
Thank you.
having this conversation with me. Okay.
Thank you.